I'm going to show you how we can make an interaction between Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects to pass one clip from your edition to the post-production section, where you can apply some effects, some filters, some green screen cutting and things like that. Okay, so I'm now in Premiere. Okay, I'm going to create a new sequence here in the same project that I created in the previous video. I'm going to use the same settings, be widescreen 48 kilohertz, and I'm going to name it as green screen cut, and I'm going to create it. Okay, like in the previous example, when you create a new sequence in the timeline, you will find 3 video tracks and also 3 audio tracks plus a master audio track. Okay, so here I have already ready a video that it's a sequence with a green recorded with a green screen. Okay, so I'm going to keep the existing settings and I'm going to place it in the proper size, in the proper place. Okay, now the idea is that this character enters into the screen, but I don't need the starting part of this sequence, and also maybe at the end I will add something else. Okay, but I'm going to make a little bigger my sequence option. Remember, with this tool I can drag it to present a longer space. It's just the preview for the track. You're not manipulating the time or anything like that. Okay, so this is for better performance. Now I'm going to set my time ahead in this part, exactly in this part, and I'm going to use the razor cut to cut the beginning part. Okay, now with my selection tool, I'm going to grab it and erase it. Now this is going to be the initial part of my sequence. Okay, so I'm going to have my video ready in this part. Okay, now I'm going to send this document, this clip, into After Effects. To do that, in the timeline, I'm going to press right click, and here is the option that says replace with After Effects composition. So I'm going to select this option, and now Premiere will communicate with After Effects, and Premiere will send this video information into After Effects, so I can work with a new composition in After Effects. So now I'm in After Effects. After Effects is asking me to save the project with a specific name. Okay, I'm going to save it as green screen cut. Okay, I'm going to save the After Effects project. Okay, and now it will pass the exact same settings that I have in Premiere. It will pass it into After Effects, so it will be compatible between one program and the other. Okay, and now what I'm going to do in After Effects is I am going to erase the green screen from my video. Okay, so let's wait for this to respond. It's a little, these two programs are very heavy, so I recommend you that you don't have any other programs open if you don't need it. For example, a web browser or iTunes. iTunes, for example, takes a lot of consumes a lot of resources from the processor. So I strongly recommend you that when you make video edition, you just have the programs that you need open. Okay, and close any other programs that you don't need. Okay, so it's almost ready. Okay, here I have my image. Okay, like we already saw in After Effects, with my time handler I can see my video. If you can see, it's exactly same video track that I had in Premiere previously. Okay, now I'm going to work it here in After Effects. So to add the proper effect that I'm going to use, I can use it from the effect. Well, first I have to select the video track, the video sequence. Now I have to go into the effect window, and the effect that I'm going to use, it's in the keying option, and the effect, its name is Keylight. Okay, so I'm going to apply the Keylight effect. Okay, and when you apply that effect, in this window you will see all the features, all the resources from the Keylight. Okay, so the idea of the Keylight effect is that you're going to tell Keylight which color of the screen you are going to make it as an empty or you're going to erase. Okay, so I'm going to select with the screen color option, I'm going to select this eyedropper, and I'm going to select the green from the green screen. Okay, so if you see now it has disappeared. Okay, I'm going to make a little scale for this. Okay, something like this. Okay, it's perfect. Okay, so I see the entire frame size and my entire clip. I'm going to make a little compensation here. Now let's go to the screen mate option that we have here, and with these options we can manipulate the how it's going to be applied the green color. Okay, now in the using the view option, I am going to change in this menu from final result, I am going to change it into combined mate. Okay, so I will see something like this. The idea is that everything that it's in black, it's going to be erased, and everything that it's in white, it remains in the video. Okay, so I'm going to use the clip black and clip white balance to make it more, to make the black harder. Okay, so I want to disappear more from the image. Okay, maybe it's too much. Okay, something a little less. Okay, the idea is that you have all this part that you want to disappear in completely black color. Okay, and everything that you want to be appeared, it has to be in white color. For example, these parts of the pants of my monster, maybe it's going to be a little transparent, so maybe I can manipulate the black and white handlers to make it in the proper position. Okay, so maybe here I am now erasing those black lines that I had in the pants. Okay, and once that I have the mate checked, I can return to the final result, and this is how my image is going to be presented. Okay, it looks very good to me. Now I am going to complement this effect, the Keylight effect, with applying a mask. Okay, so I'm going to select my sequence, and exactly the same way that we did in the class, I'm going to use the pen tool to create a mask in these parts that I don't want to be presented. So I'm going to use the pen tool, and I'm going to start my mask here. Now I'm going to put it here, also here, here, and here. Okay, so the idea is that I'm going to erase everything outside that I don't need. Okay, so now it will be possible for me. Over here, for example, I have a little problem, so I need to manipulate my mask. Okay, so I'm going to select these two nodes, and I'm going to drag it a little bit to the right. Okay, so it works correctly. Again, okay, you have to check these parts. Okay, maybe if you need to, you can animate the mask, okay, to fit into the different positions that maybe you need for your clip. Okay, maybe for example here in this case, the hand of my monster is going outside of the mask, so when I see the final video I will see the hand cut it. Okay, so maybe it will look strange. Okay, now I'm going to leave it this way. Okay, but I'm just telling you this if you need to do it. Okay, so Once that I have this ready, I'm going to save the project in After Effects, okay, and then I'm going to return into Premiere. Oh, sorry, this is not Premiere. So I'm going to return into Premiere, and the idea is that After Effects is going to send the information to Premiere when I make the final render. Okay, maybe right now I won't see the real-time render, but at least I can see here that my monster it's already cut. Okay, so what's the idea with this? And you can do this in After Effects, and you can combine it here in Premiere. For example, I can move this into my video track number 2, and maybe I know it don't have anything to do one image with the other, but it's just an example. Okay, maybe I'm going to use this sequence. Okay, and now what is going to happen is that my monster here, it's going to pass and to attack into this part of the image. Okay, and I will be able to see the back, everything that is cut, and I can put any image, any still image that you want. Hold a second. Okay, sorry about that. So we can continue with our edition, okay, and we can continue applying here any number of changes that I want. Okay, if I need to cut my sequence, even if it has an After Effects effect, okay, I can use my razor cut, okay, and I can cut the image, well, not the image, the video track, okay. And for example, I want to match the ending point for those tracks, so I'm going to make a hard cut in this part, and here I have my 2 clips. I can select this one and I can erase it. Okay, now another thing that I can do inside Premiere is that I can combine, or I can make some audio edition, almost the same way as you did in Audacity, or as you can do in other audio edition software. Okay, maybe the audio edition features are not as powerful as you have in Sound Booth or in Audacity maybe, but you can make some basic things here. I'm going to import an audio track. I'm going to File, Import, and I already have a selected song here. I'm going to import it. Okay, just give a little time to my computer. Remember, it's very slow. Okay, but okay, here we have it. So inside my media folder, I have here a knife, an AIF format, a knife format. Okay, I'm going to import that track. Okay, the same happens with the audio tracks. Any audio track that you are going to use, it has to have an extension, and it is recommended not to use an MP3 format, because remember, this format has compression. It is more recommended to use a WAV format or an AIF format. Okay, now I'm going to select this track, this audio track, and I'm going to drag it into the audio 1 track. Okay, now I am going in each of the tracks, I have this small arrow that I'm going to use to present the volume for my track. Okay, here, like in Audacity, I can add keyframes to manipulate the volume, the envelope tool for my sound. Okay, now I'm going to drag these 2 clips. I'm going to move them a little bit here, maybe 1 second later. Okay, it's going to start in second 1. Okay, it will start in second 1. So here, the idea to adding keyframes into my audio track is that I am going to select my audio track, and I'm going to place the time handler, and with this button I am going to add a new keyframe. Okay, can you see it? When I press it, I have my keyframe here. So if I move the time handler into time 0, I'm going to insert a new keyframe here, and I'm going to reduce the volume. So I'm going to make an audio fade in. Okay, I'm going to start from the beginning. Okay, so at the end I'm going to make a fade out effect. So okay, so I'm going to cut my audio track. I'm going to leave it something like, for example, something like this. Okay, and now I have two audio tracks. One of the advantages comparing this with Audacity is that you can have more than one audio track in the same track. Okay, so here I have two audio tracks in the same audio track channel. Okay, so I'm going to drag this into this part, and I'm going to select my first audio track, and I'm going to add two more keyframes to make the fade out effect. Okay, one keyframe, another keyframe, and now I drag this to reduce the volume into 0. Okay, so the idea is that I will have this and I will reduce the volume. Okay, so like I said, I can combine this other track, and for example I can use the two other audio tracks to make a mix. Okay, for example, if you already have the voice of a narrator, you can mix it with the soundtrack, or if you have any sound edition, you can also combine it with music or with sounds. Okay, if you need more audio or video tracks, you can make right click in this part. Okay, and here you can add track or delete track. Okay, depending on what track you need. For example, here, oh, I need one more track, one more video track, or one more audio track. Here you can add or you can delete more tracks if you need to. Okay, so you can make a more complex composition for your video and for your audio. Okay, guys. So, well, maybe in this case my video is ready for me to apply the render. So the render process is still the same. Remember, first you have to save your project. Okay, now my project is saved, and I'm going to make my render. I think it's not going to take too much time. Okay, I'm going to export media. It's only 8 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to do it just to prove it that After Effects communicate to Premiere to create the final movie. Okay, so I'm going to use the previous settings that I used for my previous example, and I'm going to wait. It won't take too much time. It's 31%, 32%. Okay, remember the time of the render, it's directly proportional to how many effects that you have. Okay, and it could take hours to make the final render process. So be patient. Okay, maybe sometimes it's good to leave the machine rendering and you go and do something else. Maybe you can go studying math or play some video games or go out for an ice cream or something like that, and then you can return, so you don't get desperate with this slow process. Okay, so in my case my final render is almost ready. Remember, it's a very short film. Okay, so okay, it's done. I'm going to save Premiere. I'm going to minimize this. Also, I'm going to minimize After Effects, and I'm going to go to my commercial window. Okay, in my commercial window I have my screen cut MOV, and now I'm going to preview it, and let's see if everything happens the way it has to happen. Just give a few moments. Okay, maybe I had some problems with my settings. Oh no, the problem is that I am hearing the audio in my headphones. Okay, that's the reason why we are not listening any audio. Okay, no, that's not true. Okay, let me open this in using QuickTime Player. No. Okay, let me check the properties for the final render, and in the next example I will show you how to add different audio tracks and other stuff. So I'm going to fix this problem in the next clip. Okay, thank you and see you in the next one. Bye.